What's up, Lucifer? Lucifer? My bad. I said that incorrectly. This dude got good eyesight. That's a nice table. Nice desk. Today is going to be a different stream. Is the music too loud? So let's talk about it. Talk about some things that are going to change. These last 2 weeks have been very transformative. And so we will talk about today in this stream the changes I'm making in my little life. Oh. I expect there not to be many people, but alas, I shall speak of things. I shall shout it to the rooftops. I start my new job Tuesday. I've been on this journey for 155 days, 156 days now. It's the most consistent I've ever been in my life. And I'm very proud of myself for doing it. Recently, I got a job that's non-tech related. Gross. I got a job that's not... Oh, y'all can't even see me. What the hell is going on? I'm like just talking. Oh God. Okay. I was like, what the hell is going on? Anyway, man, so I got a job that's non-tech related. And I start Tuesday. And I'm very happy, very excited to go on this journey. But it has me, hold on. But it has me thinking about certain things that I thought I wanted, certain things I thought I needed, certain things been thinking about, do I actually want to keep pursuing what I've been pursuing? Today, Today, my new job called me, told me to come do some paperwork, do a drug test, did all of that. Um, Went and did the drug test, bought some new clothes. No, it's not. No, it's not a tech job. It is not a tech job. It is not a tech job. Maybe I should pin that. Let's see. Oh shit. So I have been thinking about a lot of things. Trending, learn in public. Oh, did I pin that? Yeah, I pinned it. I don't know who's all here. If there's, can you tell what's things you learned till now, your journey? That's not what I'm talking about today. Today, what I'm talking about is how I'm not sure about my interest in tech like I used to be. I didn't think that once the push that I had was like to change my life and to get a job and to do different things. And I'm at 156 days now. And I got this job that I start Tuesday. And I'm just thinking to myself, well, damn, like, it's an HR position. I could move up. I could explore that field. I could start on something instead of trying to wait and push and force myself into a job market in tech that I don't know is even going to let me in. Even with this YouTube channel, even with projects, so I don't know. I don't know what I want to do. I know I want to stream, but I feel like, and I'm not even that deep in it as other people, but I feel like technology, learning embedded systems, learning programming, learning all these things, it's almost like it all seems so magical. And then I stepped in and I met a whole bunch of new people while doing this channel, and I coded and did all the things and stuff for all that time. And now it just feels like, now I'm questioning whether or not this is what I actually want to do with my time. I'm 34. There's people who have already started their career 10 years ago. My car is broken down. My bank account is basically zero. Here's an opportunity to go into a field that I could probably like thrive in. Starting that on Tuesday. And I wonder if my spirit is still telling me to. 34 is still young, bro. You can't compare yourself to others. Everyone starts different. I'm not. No, 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 no. You don't understand what I'm saying. I'm not comparing myself to anybody else. The older I feel like I get, the more I see that time is limited. The pains when I was 24, I didn't even think about my energy. That's what I'm getting to, though, Rada. That I still want to do the YouTube, but I'm just having some. I'm just sharing my thoughts. Um, it's not so much that I'm comparing myself to anybody like that, but I'm saying that when I was 24, I didn't worry about my back hurting if I picked up something. I didn't worry about, oh, well, how's my energy going to be for the rest of the day? Like, oh, I have to get this amount of sleep. Oh, I have to do this. Oh, I have to do that to make sure that I'm ready to start my day, right? Oh, I have to eat healthier than I did in my 20s. Like it's a different thing once you're in your 30s. Like there's different things that arise. And so it's not so much that I'm comparing myself to people who have started earlier than me, but I'm saying that time and energy, while time is in some ways still on my side in a way. I mean, whose side is it really on? I am very well aware of my own mortality. Very well aware. And I think about like how much energy I used to have. And I guess I never thought it would be different. I never thought it would be different. I thought I would always have energy. And now I see that energy is something that has to be carefully expended. And so I'm 34. I can start at this new career field. And I'm wondering, is tech still something I'm interested in? Or was tech something I was doing because I was trying to, in some ways, I mean, I was trying to change my life. I am trying to change my life, but I don't know. I'm not sure. I am not sure. Hey, how did you learn front end? I'm having trouble because I can't seem to wrap my head around it at all, even though I can handle. Are you trying to become a developer so that you can work for a company with a salary job, or do you want to create a product that you envision can benefit the world? I'm saying that I guess maybe I'm not being straightforward enough. I'm getting older. I'm getting more tired. And living that is different than actually hearing about it. It's not so much about where I want to work, but it's about how I want to utilize the time I have left. Maybe I have a good 50 years left. Maybe, if I'm lucky. And the majority of the time I've been alive has been nothing but struggle, pain, homelessness, family issues, drama, being broke, not knowing where my next meal is coming from, feeling ostracized and alone, going in and out of therapy, going in and out of not knowing what's going to happen. And I'm like, dang, like I've been doing this for so long that like chaos has been the only constant. And so it's like I'm 34 and here's this opportunity that opened up, and they already in the first interview talking about moving up in promotions and, you know, doing all this, and it's in a career field. It's in HR where you could go anywhere. You could go anywhere with HR. I think it's a chill stream. Well, that just show this is not a chill stream. This is an existential stream. That tells me that you haven't gone existential. You haven't gone into those deep places enough. Been unemployed for almost a year. Man, this month was my 9th month unemployed. I feel for you, and I hope that you are hanging in there, and I hope it gets better for you, because I know how hard and emotionally challenging that is. It is an extremely difficult thing. Um, so left university living with family at the moment. Yeah, man, that's difficult. That's hard. Yeah. I'm glad you have family that is backing you up and shit. That's more, yeah, that's more than a lot of people have. So, but I guess what I'm thinking about now is like, is tech really something I want to do, or do I want to explore different avenues, or like I've been working and struggling so much in my life that I've been unemployed for 3 years and recent BS graduate and CS can't find work anywhere. It sucks. When you say you don't feel as much energy as you used to, does that mean you're just tired more? Just like, how old are you? Like, how old are you? Like, what do you do? Is this? I don't think this is extremely complicated. It's not. It's not burn. I'm not burned out. I can start coding right now. I would. It wouldn't matter. It's not even about burnout. People thought it was burnout when I switched to C++. It's not burnout. I was just like, I'm tired of doing JavaScript. I'm tired of making. I'm tired of doing front end. I want to do something this shit else. And I was having fun doing C++. But today, y'all, people, it's hard to explain this to people who haven't lived that extremely chaotic or a life of true struggle for years, over a decade. Like, I can tell you about homelessness, but I can't give you that experience. You know what I mean? So, and that's what we're talking about. Y'all asking questions. I'm trying to explore my thoughts right now. So, I think I'm wondering what other parts of life are there to explore other than always struggling and always striving and always trying to be more and always trying to do more and always trying to accomplish this next thing. Yeah, I've been out there. And so this is the first time in my life where I have a support system that's not gonna like abandon me, where I have good people around that want to help me, and now I have this job that's coming. They let me stay with them for 9 months unemployed, and I finally got a job. And I don't know. I'm just thinking about like, when is life gonna be fun? Like, when is this shit gonna be fun? When is it gonna be exciting and shit? Is it always gonna be me in my room studying and shit, or exploring tech and trying and I don't know. I was an art major. I went into counseling. Then I didn't finish that master's degree. It's a simple question, LO. Just trying to get clarification. Are you mentally exhausted, physically exhausted? We get see and yeah, and so Chess, what I'm trying to say is that it's something that's understood that probably can't necessarily be explained, but you're trying to determine whether it's physical or mental to see what step is next, but it's more than that. It's experiential. It's a spiritual thing. Okay, it's more than just physical or mental. It's, I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. But I remember one day being homeless, sitting on the side of the street, just looking at cars passing. I'm like, damn, ain't nobody gonna help me. Really, ain't nobody gonna help me. I am really alone. Hmm. But I say all this to say that yeah, it's a deeper type of exhaustion. It's a deeper type of exhaustion. Like when people say life can humble you, that's more than just an experience. I mean, that's more than just one situation or a couple of situations or physical or mental. No, there's no feeling of guilt. Guilt about what? I don't have anything to feel guilty about. This is not about guilt. You gonna learn a lot, Chess, if you listen to what I'm talking about today. You about to learn some things. I understand you've been dealing with something similar since 2015. Hell yeah, me too. It's been hell since I got out the military. It was hell. It's been hell ever since I turned 18. To be fair, it's been 16 years since I turned 18 and I got kicked out. And that whole time I have done nothing but struggle. Nothing but I had been trying to use Kairu, but it does not work for me. Which adulting. Um, and each time I was like, oh, I'll get in school, and school is the thing that's gonna solve my problems. That didn't work. Oh, if I just um try to make amends with family, maybe that'll work. Kairu is what I got on the right hand side of the screen. This it says it up there. If you look, it says it right here. Um, and so I've been thinking like, damn, I've been struggling for 16 years. And it's really been like it's been hell. And I've been under the impression that it has to be struggle and it has to be painful and it always has to be this thing like not it just feels like it feels like the last 16 years I haven't lived my life. I just been in everywhere I move to, there's always a bed and a computer in a room. A bed, a computer in a room. A bed, a computer in a room. A bed, a computer in a room. No, I'm not feeling nothingness. I don't no, I'm content. I'm just questioning what's going on in life. I'm just questioning what's up, Muad. I think you need to spend a lot of time with JavaScript itself before you move to React. So I'm just wondering, like, is this what life is supposed to be? Am I supposed to always suffer? Like, am I supposed to always and people that it and some and it's hard to talk about these things because like you'll see people in the chat, they're trying to identify, is it something, they're trying to analyze. I've gone through some shit in my life, but there's always been a deeper lesson for me in the struggle, and each time it's made me stronger and more resilient. Yeah, but this is yeah, yeah, that is true. But this is like a questioning of one thing I say is that Gen Z is way more blessed and way more real about life and about how they want to live their life than millennials were, because we were sold the dream that you just go to school, you go to college, you get that degree, you get a job, and you'll be good. And so in that, Gen Z saw kind of like in some ways the bullshit in that, but my generation didn't see it until it was like too late. And so really it's not about the education, it's about the idea that I thought I had it all together, that I thought I had this plan worked out, that there was this thing that society had told me that I needed to do. There was this thing that society told me that I needed to do, and I'm like, if I just follow this path and I just follow the doctrine and I just follow the institution, then things will be all right. And what I found is that life is completely different than the things that everybody said it was going to be. No, I know plenty of millennials it doesn't work for. You just don't hear from them. Many people die at 25 and aren't buried until they are 75. Yeah, I'm 34. It says it on the page. So so really this is a question of, like, from the age of 18 to now, it's been nothing but chaos, homelessness, striving for more, never giving up truly, never giving up on life, never giving up on success, never, always pushing no matter what. But I'm wondering, have I actually lived? That's embarrassing. Have I actually lived? And then what is living? Damn. Like what have I been doing? How do you stay motivated in the face of failure multiple times? Let me tell you something. That is a hard thing to answer, David. Yeah, and that's why I say Gen Z figured it out. Like it's something about Gen Z that, like, the bullshit wasn't, it's like y'all had a bullshit detector earlier than a lot of other people. I don't know. And y'all were like, yeah, I'm about to live how I want to live. Do I have stories from military school or homelessness? Oh, of course. Some I can't tell. A lot of it I can't tell on stream. How do you stay motivated in the face of failure multiple times? I don't fucking know. I don't know. I just be getting up. It's a choice. It's like, do I want to stay stagnant and sit down and do nothing? And you know that pain you feel of not doing what you want to do. Oh, it's not. It's the pain isn't right away. It's a slow creeping guilt and shame and fear, and it kind of corrupts you over time. And it's like, then you start saying, I could have, I should have, I would have. What? And then that shit builds up and it compounds over time until you're an old man and you're like, I should have, I could have, I would have. So I've talked about this on stream. I passed by a graveyard. In my neighborhood, there's a graveyard. You can pass by it, and it's not a scary graveyard. It's not one of them Scooby Doo graveyards. But sometimes I think, I'm like, those people, most of those people were poor. Most of those people were poor, and they were black, right? In the United States, they come from a generation that didn't have as many opportunities. I live in a predominantly black area, and I'm like, man, they didn't even get to. What are all the things they wish they could have did? Rich people always say having money doesn't mean shit, but having no money doesn't mean shit either. Yeah, there has to be a middle point. One thing that holds me back a lot is imposter syndrome. Dead and forgotten, kind of. Are they dead and forgotten? It's not that they're dead and forgotten. I don't. It's not about. I feel like it's not about being dead, and it's not about being remembered as much as it is about the feeling of having lived a life, the feeling of having done what you wanted to do. And I'm wondering, am I doing what I want to do? Or am I doing what I feel like I have to do? And what I have to do, what is that rooted in? You know, I never felt like the money wasn't going to be there eventually. I never felt like the success wasn't going to come. But it's the way I've been living my life. This type of struggle and chaos that's been going on, this instability, this inconsistency. This goes beyond. I'm not talking about what I want to do. I'm talking about the way I've lived my life and what it means to live and what it means to enjoy that life. And so this is a question more of, is what I thought I was supposed to do actually giving me the results, or is the way I thought that life should be incorrect? That's what I'm talking about. So, but I have a feeling that the way that I've lived my life isn't in line with my spirit. And what I mean by that is, like, you know, I've met some people that in the hardest times of their life, they want to destroy everything. They want to burn it all down. Like it is inside them. That is their spirit. And then I remember I met a friend and I was sitting with my friend and I talked to him and I asked him, well, how do you actually feel on the inside? And he's like, sometimes I just want it all to burn down. And I was like, is this because you're going through hard times? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, wow. Even during my hardest times, I never wished ill on anybody. It's a spiritual thing. Um, it's something inside people that makes them, I don't know. This conversation reminds me of what Dr. K from Healthy Gamer is trying to help us with. I mean, this is what I think he's a counselor, and I don't know if I told you. I see that's what I'm thinking about going back to. I had 5 classes until I finished my master's degree in counseling. I'm like, maybe I should just go back and finish that because there's something in tech that doesn't feel fulfilling. There's something about the culture in tech. There's something about how people have been devalued in tech. How as soon as a new tool comes along, they dehumanize and push people to the fringes and ostracize them and say that they're no longer worthy. It's that type of environment. And then I had to wrestle with, do I actually want to be a part of that shit? It is hella gatekeeping and people assume if things don't work out for you, you're lazy. Yeah, that's true. And so I'm wondering, do I even want to be a part of that shit? And I talked about that on another stream. That's why I took off the trying to become a web dev part, because I was over it. And now I'm wondering, now I'm questioning a lot of other things, like, you know, how I'm living, what I want to do going forward, what actually makes me happy and shit. A lot of in counseling, and oh, I'm sorry, Roha hug. I would hug you if you were right here. I'm sorry, man. That's the problem with tech. And they're going to face the consequences of not being people oriented. That is going to be their biggest downfall. That they didn't focus on the people and they didn't ask the question, should we actually be doing some of these things? They were just focused on the numbers and the money and the feeling of it. And nothing is, to a certain extent, nothing is wrong with focusing on the rewards of it. But yeah, and I've learned that over time. Start documenting your life even if you feel like there isn't much going on. That's what I'm doing now. That's what this channel was kind of, that's what all this journey was kind of about. And I had a feeling like the other day, I was like, this is going to transform into something completely different. And people are going to see this and they're going to be like, it started from coding and now it's all these other things. I'm hella mad though. I bombed a lock-free programming question at Apple the other day. I literally asked myself if I should review it, but then decided not to. Okay, I thought it was just for tech. There was somebody said something that made me, hold on, let me see. I'm getting burnt out. Did you get an IT job with plugins? You believe it? Oh, the conversations remind me of what Dr. K said. There's a lot of talk in counseling about a lot of people go into counseling because they're trying to figure things out themselves. Hmm. Um, what am I trying to say? I don't know. Sometimes talking to others is the best way to relate because you realize many people are thinking the same stuff. maybe tech job was great for us before AI. I don't want anybody. I don't want any of y'all to give up on y'all's passions to go forward and do things in tech. I want y'all to do whatever the fuck y'all want to do. We at different chapters. Do I still want to do tech? That's the question I'm asking myself, and I don't know. Hmm. You should react. That's a good idea, Darbada. I don't know, but yeah, I don't think. I know I don't want to. I don't think I want to be. I don't think I want to be in the tech world, and I think I want to help people, of course. And then I don't think I've been living. Yeah, there's this guy. He called himself the tech lead, and he would talk about how it was the golden shackles because he was making so much money. For me, at one point, tech was excited, especially to be learning, but after a while, it begins to feel like a slog rather than enjoying a nice journey. I don't know, man. I'm gonna have to figure this shit out. What else is there right now? I don't know. I don't know. But I'm thinking about again, I have 5 classes away from finishing a master's degree in counseling. And then boop, that could be my thing. I left that program because I thought I wanted to pursue other things. Maybe I just needed a break to figure some shit out. And if that was what I was doing subconsciously, then that was a good decision because I don't think I could have actually helped people in the state that I was in. I think I needed to step back and live a little bit more. So, oh, adults. I don't want to work with kids. I do not want to work with kids. I do not want to work with children. The healthcare field is the most stable field you can get into because people will always need healthcare. Just got to be interested in it. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe I should just finish my master's degree. I thought about doing tech and healthcare. If I work towards my master's degree, I think I would graduate probably next year in December. If I started in August, I'm Gen Z. Work at Walmart. They paid for my bachelor's degree, and now I'm maybe an interview away from getting a software engineering job. Leak code grind has been awful. Have you ever tried it? Leak code, yeah. I've done some leak code. I dropped out of my senior year of university. I was going through shit and felt with the degree I still be in the same position. Sometimes we need a break. Sometimes we need a break. Sometimes we need a break. I wonder what, I wonder. So I think I've established that I haven't been living my life. And so now I need to establish, what does it mean to live life? What does that mean? Why don't you start your own company? Owning a business is its own type of hell. It sounds luxurious, doesn't it? I'm waiting for my rejection from Apple. I completely dropped the ball on a question and I'm sad. Do you have any suggestions on how to improve interviewing skills? Some people have said I'm a great interviewer. As far as tech related, it's a lot of, I don't think I'd be the right person to ask. I can only give you emotional answers. I did 2 years of nursing. Now I'm in my third year of CS. Ooh, nursing is hard. Have you given a thought of switching to or dual boot Linux? No, I've given a thought to not doing any of this shit. What do I actually want to do? Sometimes I feel like I should just do some art. I should just I should just do something creative and just have my job and let my free time be me exploring like meditation and my other friend, he lives in Alabama. And he had a big test coming up to decide whether or not he was going to go into a certain career field. And I've been knowing him since 2019, 2018. And I told him, if you don't get into this position, I want you to take a break. No. What I'm saying is, okay, so maybe I should be a little bit more blunt. Because, David, I get what you're saying. I'm saying that I think what I thought was interesting and fulfilling and worthwhile actually isn't. I'm thinking that what I thought would make me happy is not. I thought tech was a path to something. I thought it was, and now I just don't know. What hood we in? We in the Texas hood, which I will add, the Texas hood is different than hood. Every hood is different in different areas. The Atlanta hood and the hoods up on the Northeast, whoo, whoo, woo. That is the real hood. That is some HBO special shit. Chicago and all that shit, it's not like that in Texas. Mm-mm. I'm familiar with Baltimore. I heard it's a nice place to be a black professional. Yeah, Mickey Matt. I think you said, hold on, were you the one that's in not are you the one that's in Katy? Um the hood looks scary. Man, people DFW. Oh, okay, okay, okay. Uh I've been to Dallas only twice in my life. I like it there. It's nice. Nothing is wrong with Katy. I was asking if he was from Katy. I feel like the hoods are contained though. Here, just scary looking. Oh, man. The hood here feels like it's just a whole bunch of old ass houses and old people sitting on their porches. And when you like, it's nice, especially on my street, when everybody's grass is cut and you come down the street and there's like all these birds flying in the air, and then there's like a cat or a dog running across, and then there's all these trees that come over the road, and it's like, it's almost like a fucking fairy tale sometimes. There's very peaceful parts of the hood. People just don't know. Yeah, it's very old school. People sitting on their porch, chilling. There's a church on every corner. It's mostly quiet. This is going to sound horrible, but you literally just have to keep interviewing. Eventually, your nerves should subside. Maybe use AI to set up a mock interview and record yourself. Doesn't that coding Jesus do the Get Crack program or something? Isn't he? Uh, there's some. Oh, 100 devs. What's the name? What is the name of that group? They do mock interviews sometimes every day or every Friday, and there's a whole bunch of them in the Discord. I think it's called 100 devs. You could go there. Only give yourself once chance to record. What? Do you get a strong community sense from your city, or is it more individualized? I think American culture is more individualized, but I think there's pockets of unity, especially among families. Um, do you think marketing and product go hand in hand, or do you think the product holds more power where the market will find you if you're no, that's wrong. No. Or do you think no, marketing is huge. Marketing is so big that it's ridiculous. I talked about this the other day on stream. You would go into Blockbuster, and each one of those games that came out, it had a commercial for it. It was in a magazine. There was some type of advertisement on in a publication that a lot of people read. It's not today where you can go to 100 different gaming news sites, and then there's Steam, and there's itch.io, and then there's all these other websites and you can, there's these thousands and thousands of games coming out, where now it's hard to get visibility. There's some good games that have come out that are being looked over because other games have come out. Like when GTA 6 comes out, I promise you, there's gonna be companies are already like adjusting their launch dates around that shit. But if anything were to release close to that, they know they would get no attention. So I think marketing is everything. If you're not, I'm gonna tell you this. This is what I really think. If you're not posting on social media at least every day or every other day about what you're doing or what you're making, be prepared for some heartache when that shit is finally made. You will flop around. The biggest thing that common people have, every now and then I do come across some nice indie games. I managed to get a good 30 hours of them. My favorite unseen game right now is Core Keeper. I play Core Keeper, and it is good. Unseen in my opinion anyway. Yeah, it is partly unseen. And it's not that it's not a good game, it's just that there's so much shit out. There's just so much shit. And then you're competing with people who have marketing budgets out the ass. They're spending more on marketing in a month than you would make in your entire lifetime. So marketing is everything. And so if you're a person, and I forgot who was talking about this. I think it was Chess Lights. If you're actually going to create a product, you better start posting on social media about that shit, or you're going to be you're going to be extremely disappointed. And you better start now. How did you land your new job? I applied and I interviewed well. I interviewed this week. They gave me an offer letter today. I start Tuesday. So, yeah, man. It's not a dumb question. It's an HR position. I'll be working in HR. What's funny is that my friend, my kind of mentor, he's been telling me since I was in my 20s to do HR. I found out recently that a lot of people in HR have like psychology or counseling backgrounds. That's interesting. Yeah, the new job is in HR. I start Tuesday, and um, I like I said, I'm 34. I'm not 24 anymore, and I feel like I need to start in some career field and push through because time's a ticking. I'll be 40 in 5 years. 40 in 5 years. That shit is going by fast. I just remember the start of the pandemic. That was like yesterday. 9 months. 9 months. Unemployed for 9 months. Since July of something. Since July of last year sometime. Man, I had a whole week on stream where I was applying to hundreds of jobs. I was emailing recruiters. I was doing this and doing that. I got ghosted a couple of times. Oh, let's set up an interview. Oh shit. Somebody just said God bless you. Who is that? David, are you in the chat? Are you the person that just messaged me on LinkedIn? Yeah, it makes me not want to get into the whole application process since there is so much bullshit. What I Pretty much every big time CEO says creating a successful company that reaches the world takes at least 10 years. I believe that. Oh, it's not you, Dave. Oh yeah, I was asking. um I yeah, I do think it takes a substantial amount of time. Yeah. And I think if you don't leverage social media, you're fucked. Truly. Truly. In a sea of businesses, in a sea of competition, in a sea of people who want to do some shit, if you don't get the attention, if you don't post on social media, if you're not avid about posting on social media, if you're not willing to fuck up, can we just get an F for workday in the app? Man, don't even get me started. On workday. I think the app, I think the applicant tracking system, whoever developed that is getting sued federal court. I'm gonna have to look that up. The last time I heard they were getting sued, something was coming against them. Uh, anyway, they should, or they are. They are. Not Workday, but whoever developed ATS, whatever company does that, is getting sued or something. I don't know. Just maybe you have to type in ATS lawsuit federal court or some shit. But that's what I was reading one time. I was like, oh, okay. People are really mad at the job market, and I think it's one thing. It's one thing to be in a difficult job market. It's another thing to be gaslit. It's another thing to be gaslit by this tab right here. Top job picks for you. You want to be gaslit? You want to need a therapist? Okay, go through this shit. you want to in one day take medication for your mental health? Do this for a couple of days. I promise you. Oh, don't even get me started on what's the name of that? Oh, Doing applications on LinkedIn, the only people that got back to me really were some Indian scammers. Nothing against my Indian friends in the chat. Love y'all to death. But the people that called me back the most were these scammers. And I had a heart to heart with one of them. I said, friend, it was an Indian guy who called me. He was like, do you want to do this job? I said, baby, listen to me. I know this is a scam, and I know you're from India. And I said, I have a lot of Indian friends that I graduated from school with, and they came here to work hard and do what they needed to do. I know your parents would be ashamed if they knew you were scamming people outside the country. And he was fucking quiet. And I said, now you have a I got a scam where they claimed to offer me a job after answering a couple of PDF questions. Yeah. And I saw right through it. When I tell you they were hounding me, his name was definitely not John Smith. It's funny when they have like an obvious foreign accent and they're like, oh, my name is Elizabeth. Yeah, those $200 per day jobs. Yeah. Over 100 people clicked apply. Jesus Christ. Every time I see this company, I keep thinking it's Blender. But yeah, y'all might see me start doing more artistic shit. It might go from coding in the hood to studying in the hood. Oof. Yeah, man. Y'all music still playing? By the way, this guy who has this music, I actually had to ask him to use this music. I'm gonna link y'all to his page. He's a cool guy. He makes some good shit. Like literal drawing or exploring something like readings. What you mean like readings? Oh, you mean like art history? Art history is fucking cool. Don't let nobody tell you it's not. If that's what you're talking about, because art history is cool. Nah, not art history, but art history is cool. Art history is radical, y'all, but not art history. More like actual art. Cause you know this channel. You ever thought of making music and picking up an instrument? I used to play the violin. I've been thinking about picking up an instrument. I have. And see, now we're talking about things that I think will make me enjoy life a little bit more. That'll make me like, I won't say happy, but make me feel like I'm experiencing life. Like I want to go on a goddamn picnic. Like I want to go in the park and run around with my shirt off and my titties out. I want to go to the beach. You know, I want to plant a garden and shit. I want to do a backflip. I don't want to be in my room coding and shit. Or I want to make art and beautiful shit and put it on the wall. Ooh, a solid 5 miles. Yes, you're right. On LinkedIn, you might see that the cafe waiter is a CEO and front-end engineer specializing in scalable websites, Lord. And that's just his first job. That's just his day job. So, sorry if this stream wasn't coding and studying and shit. I know that's what y'all tuning in to see. But I guess this might be a turning point, another turning point. These last 2 weeks have been crazy. But yeah, I like I've said, I wanna focus. I wanna focus on my faith as well. Oh shit. I want to focus on my faith and will and be more spiritually aligned. Whatever that means for me. I just need to explore that a lot more. I want to get in. Oh, this is day 2 of OMAD, of eating 1 meal a day. That shit is crazy. I don't know how this is going to start out, but I feel like I've already lost weight. But I can only eat it between the hours of 6 p.m. and 7 p.m. And I won't lie, I went a little crazy today. Woo! All I ate yesterday was a salad. And today I was just like, fuck that. I gotta eat some shit. But yeah. Maybe I should get back into gaming and shit and enjoy myself. I need to do some different shit. I need to start doing some different shit on stream and just share my shit with the world, and maybe I should play video games again. This was a video game I was playing. Nah, I don't know if I'll get back into video games. Maybe, yeah, I think my video game era is over. I don't like the feeling of playing games and wasting time like that. It feels like I'm not living life. It feels like it's like I'm already in the Matrix and then I'm getting into another Matrix inside the Matrix when I play video games. So, well, that was quick. Yeah, but I don't want to get in. See, I'm about to get a job. I don't want to get into that cycle of, oh, you go to work, oh, you get off of work, oh, you play the game until it's time to go to sleep or something. Oh, you eat some bullshit and then you go to sleep and you do it all over again. I'm gonna think about what I can do. What I can do, baby. What I can do. You just stopped your gaming addiction. Congratulations. I know that is a fucking hard thing to do. This YouTube channel helped me quit my gaming addiction. I replaced this with gaming. And I haven't touched the game in probably like 140 days. Yeah, exactly. I used to want to make games too. That shit is hard as fuck. Not much playing them though. What is your channel, Mickey Matt? That's how I be feeling sometimes when I had hair. Is this you? Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do something different. So if y'all start seeing me like doing different shit on this stream and studying different shit, y'all might see me start studying. Okay. So I ran across something on the internet today. Man, people go. Is that how you spell it? Oh, what the hell? It won't let me go to dark page. Anyway, this website, I went to this. I thought this was pretty cool. Anyway, y'all might see me study like religion or history or art. I do have ADHD, so I might as well just follow everything. I'm just do whatever I want to do. So you might see me go into space stuff or go into electronics or go into art or I don't know. Shit. I guess this channel is gonna become a place where I do my ADHD ramblings. Alex O'Connor. Does he do debates on religion? I don't watch that stuff. I find that debating religion is oof. Oh no. That all that debate shit, no, I don't watch that shit anymore. I don't find it interesting. I don't necessarily find it productive. Yeah, I'm not about to do it. And you see he's making a video like this, which I really don't care about because I feel like if you feel that way, then you feel that way. And he should be able to feel that way if he wants to. If he wants to choose that route. I don't give a damn. But I don't feel like the endless debates that will go on long after we die, the same shit. The intergenerational fights, not intersex, but the battle of the sexes, the battle of the classes, the battle of the races, the battle of the regions, cultures, and countries, the battle of like the religions, all that shit is gonna continue. Anyway, if y'all see me just pop up with an art stream or a gaming stream or some type of, I said art stream. If y'all see me do some art, y'all just okay, y'all know. I'm just letting y'all know. It's about to get different. I think this channel is just gonna be me learning new shit. Oh, AI is fucking freaky. Christian, Jacob, where have you been? Christian, I've been lingering in on basically every single one of your streams. I have to say you're an incredible inspiration on every level. Your consistency is something to be studied in the history books. Well, thank you for saying that, but it's about to change because I don't think I'm doing tech stuff anymore. Or as much. It sucks because I went to Guatemala to build a house, and ever since I got back, I haven't streamed, but watching you every single day has been a steady source of inspiration. You actually inspired me to jump back. Exactly. We're on the same page, Jacob. Well, thank you, Jacob. I appreciate that. And I think that's what we'll do. Why don't we start today? I'll just start today. We'll talk about what I recently found out today. Okay, so today on things that I discovered in the world, I was familiar. I don't know if any of y'all are familiar with Gnostic texts. Now, mind you, I'm not a super religious person, but I do enjoy some good history, you know? Some good old history. Like, for example, if you type in, now everybody doesn't have to do this, but if you type in the name of your city and then race riot at the end, I promise you're gonna find some interesting shit. Because I found some interesting shit about my city. Oh, and my university was named after a slave master. But that's neither here nor there. Let's talk about it. Okay, so why don't I bring up paint? And we'll just take a gander. No, it's Lamar. Lamar University. Well, I mean, we don't know if he. I mean, I say he was a slave owner, but there's no proof. But it's very, it's giving I own people vibes. Is Claude still good? Yeah. Comsy, I don't. What's up? Yeah, Claude. Claude is. I will say this, and I will end. And now I want everybody to know which AI I think is best. I have used ChatGPT. I have used Gemini, and I have used Claude. Claude by far is the most. I don't even know how to describe Claude. Claude is different. Claude is the best out of the three. Google, I mean, Gemini is good if you're trying to search for things in the Google ecosystem. Like if you have a YouTube channel and you ask Gemini, Gemini is going to give you all different types of information about your YouTube channel, anything that's in the Google ecosystem. And I ask it general questions like, just random shit. But Claude is mostly for code. ChatGPT, I'm not gonna say what I used ChatGPT for originally, but I don't use ChatGPT anymore. I'll say that. I'll do cross sections. Like I'll go, okay, so let's start on this. So this is the Gnostic text. So in early Christianity, there seemed to be, like, if we go and we type in Gnosticism, this fully developed in the mid-second century among sects of early Christianity and other faiths. Is not singular, homogeneous, tradition, or religion, but an umbrella term used by modern scholars to describe different groups and beliefs that shared a certain characteristic, right? So then that brought me to this, which is the Secret Book of John, the Apocryphon of John, translated by Stephen Davies. Davies. And it says, I think this is after Jesus' death. He says, one day John, the brother of James, was going up to the temple. So he went up to a temple. Let's draw a temple. So he went up to a temple. Shut up. Shut the hell up. It looks like a temple to me. Okay. A Pharisee. So a Pharisee guy. We're going to call him Pharisee guy. Pharisee guy told John, where's the teacher you used to follow? He's talking about Jesus. And then John replied, he has gone back. Now, mind you, you don't have to be Christian to listen to this. I just think it's a wild story. So just follow me, okay? Just if some of y'all don't know, Jesus came, he did his little boogie, little dance, turned this into Hennessy, and then he said, okay, y'all gonna kill me, died on the cross. Then he, like a necromancer, was reborn the third day, and then 500 people saw it. Okay, all right. So that's basically, and that's the Easter. If y'all are unfamiliar with Easter. Okay, I'm pretty sure I just offended a lot of people with how I said that. Okay, so John went to the temple. Now, mind you, this is after Jesus was crucified and he died. And I think this is after he rose from the dead. John replied, he has gone back to the place from which he came. Did you hear about Trump being Jesus? No, I didn't. I don't watch the news. The Pharisee said that Nazarene misled you. told you lies, closed your hearts, and turned you away from your ancestral traditions. So this was the ancestral tradition, like the state. I'ma just say that the state. And so he told, let's just say he told John this. Right? Let's give John a staff. No. Yeah, let's give John a staff. Okay. Okay. So after the Pharisees said this, he then said, when I heard these things, I, John, turned away from the temple and went off to a deserted mountainous place. I was very unhappy, saying to myself, how was the Savior Jesus designated? Why did his father send him into the world? Who is his father? What kind of realm will he go to? So essentially, this caused John to go somewhere and get really upset, because he was like, you know what? I'm going to go to this mountain. So then John went to the mountains. Okay, for although he told us this realm is modeled on the okay, what kind of realm did we go to? Then he said, for although he told us this realm is modeled on the imperishable realm, he didn't teach us about the latter, which is the imperishable realm. All of a sudden, while I was contemplating, now mind you, does this skip the no, it says, when I heard these things, I, John, turned away from the temple and went off to a deserted mountainous place. I was very unhappy, saying to myself, so let's draw some mountains. Like, okay, we're the Bob Ross. Here's a mountain. Here's another mountain. Here's some mountains. You know, some mountains, a little snowy mountain. Okay. We got a little cloud. Got a little cloud, yeah. Little cloud. Ooh, and a little grass. Yeah, we got a little grass. Blue clouds. Shut up. And so we got a little, yeah. Yep. So, so John went up to the mountains, and he was like, how was the Savior designated? Why did his father send him to the world? Who is his father? What kind of realm will we go to? For although he told us this realm is modeled on the imperishable realm, he didn't teach us about the latter. All of a sudden, while I was contemplating these things, behold, the heavens opened and whole of creation shone with a light from above. Okay, so as he was saying this, out of nowhere, a light came from above. Oh, the light came from above. The light. Okay. Okay, so the light came from above. The heavens opened, and the whole of creation shone with a light from above, and the whole world quaked. So this is the world quaking. I was afraid, yet behold, then he said, a little child appeared before him. So a child appeared before him, right? All right. So a child appeared before him. Boop, 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 boop. Right? Oh no, I haven't watched it. So then he said, the heavens opened and the whole of creation shone with a light from above, and then the whole world quaked. I was afraid, yet behold, a little child appeared before me in the light. I continued looking at him as he became an old man. So then he became an old man. So I guess this is an old man. He got a stick. No, that's not a good stick. He got a stick. He got a cane or something. Then I continued looking at him. He became an old man, and then he changed again, becoming like a young man. So then he became a young man. We're gonna say he's a young man. He's taller here, young man. Right? And then he changed again. Okay. And these likenesses appeared each through each other. So he was seeing them all at once and different. He was seeing them all at once and different. And the vision had three forms. He said to me, John, why doubt? He said to me, John, why doubt? Why be afraid? Don't you know this image? Be not afraid. I am with you always. I am the Father, the Mother, and the Son. I am the incorruptible purity. I have come to teach you about what is and what was and what will be, in order for you to understand the invisible world and the world that is visible and the immovable race of perfect humanity. Raise your head, understand my lessons, share them with any others who have received the Spirit, who are from the immovable race of perfect humanity, the inexpressible one. So then Jesus begins to, or the Spirit of Jesus, or, you know, I don't know. It's getting very fantasy. It's giving fantasy. So after that happened, Jesus began to tell John about how the world was actually created. Okay. So again, this is basically Jesus telling John something. He appears before him as a young man, an old man, and a child. So then Jesus goes on to say, the one rules all, nothing has authority over it, it is God. So let's just say the Holy One, the invisible one over everything. It is uncontaminated, pure light, no eye can bear to look within. The one is the invisible spirit. It is not right to think of it as God or as like God. It is more than just God. Nothing is above it, nothing rules it. Since everything exists within it, it does not exist within anything. Since it is not dependent on anything, it is eternal. This is very complicated. I don't know how to draw anything that exists in time and outside of time and can't be seen or unseen. I don't know how to do that, but I'm gonna just do it the best way I know how. So we're gonna say that this is God. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna say that this is God. Okay, this is the, well, they don't even, it's the one. It is all encompassing. It is everything. It is everything that everything will be and is, and all of that stuff. Right? God is not a Muppet, chill. So I'm trying to do the best I know how. Okay, so this is This is God. Actually, God would be better. Let's take away the eyes. Bip 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 bip. And let's say it looks like Batman. We need something that looks different. Anyway, we'll do that. Okay, so this is God. I hope that symbol doesn't actually mean anything. All right. And then he goes on to say, since everything exists within it, it does not exist within anything. Since it is not dependent on anything, it is eternal. It is absolutely complete and so needs nothing. It is utterly perfect, light. The one is without boundaries. Nothing exists outside of it to border it. The one cannot be investigated. Nothing exists apart from it to investigate it. The one cannot be measured. Nothing exists external to it to measure it. The one cannot be seen, for no one can envision it. The one is eternal, for it exists forever. The one is inconceivable, for no one can comprehend it. The one is indescribable, for no one can put any words to it. The one is infinite light, purity, holiness, and stainless. The one is incomprehensible, perfectly free from corruption. Not perfect, not blessed, not divine, but superior to such concepts. Either physical nor unphysical, neither immense nor infinitesimal. It is impossible to specify in quantity or quality, for it is beyond knowledge. The one is not being among other beings. It is vastly superior, but it is not superior. It is outside of realms of being and time, for whatever is within realms of being was created. No. Hold on now. It's not like that. And whatever is within time had time allotted to it. The one receives nothing from anything. It simply apprehends itself in its own perfect light. The one is majestic. The one is measureless majesty, chief of all realms, producing all realms, light producing light, life producing life, blessedness producing blessedness, knowledge producing knowledge, good producing goodness, mercy producing mercy, generous producing generosity. It does not possess these things. It gives forth light beyond measure, beyond comprehension. What can I say? His realm is eternal, peaceful, silent, resting before everything. He is the head of every realm, sustaining each of them through goodness. Now, mind you, if you're just joining, what happened was John talked to the Pharisees. John got upset, went to the mountains. Jesus came to him in the form of a child, an old man, and a young man. And then he began to talk to him about the true nature of God. All right. So then he begins to talk to him about the origin of reality. Now this is where it gets a little science fiction-y. Okay. The origin of reality. We would know nothing of the ineffable and nothing of the immeasurable without the help of the one who comes forth from the one who is the Father. He alone has informed us. The Father is surrounded by light. He apprehends himself in that light, which is the pure spring of water of life that sustains all realms. He is conscious of his message everywhere around him, perceiving his image in this spring of spirit pouring forth from himself. He is enamored of the image he sees in the light water, the spring of pure light water enveloping him. His self-aware thought, Anonia, came into being, appearing to him in the I don't even know how to pronounce that word, effulgence of his light. She stood before him. Now this is where it gets a little different. Now I'm gonna make this pink, and I'm making it pink for a reason, and I'm about to add some other colors to it. The Father is surrounded by light. So this is what he saw. So a being was created. His self-aware thought, Anonia, came into being, appearing before him in the effulgence of his light. She stood before him. So the first thing that this guy created was female. well, there's no concept of female, but I guess there is a concept of masculinity and femininity, or the idea of there's counterparts to one whole, right? Okay, is everybody sitting Indian style? Okay, okay. This then is the first of the powers, prior to everything, arousing out of the mind of the Father the providence, pronoia of everything. Her light reflects His light. She is from His image, in His light. Perfect in power, image of the invisible perfect virgin spirit. She is initial power, glory of Barbello. So that is her name. Her name is Barbello. Now, okay, let's keep going. Glory of Barbello, glorious among the realms, glory of revelation. She gave glory to the Virgin Spirit. She praised him, for she arose from him. This, the first thought, is the Spirit's image. This, the first thought, is the Spirit's image. She, so she was created. She she is the universal womb. She is before everything. She is, now watch this, she is mother, father, first man, Holy Spirit, thrice male, thrice powerful, thrice named, androgynous, eternal realm. That is a lot. So there's this concept of unity. There's no separation. This Barbello, this entity, is both male and female. Okay. Is this game dev? If you keep listening, you'll figure out that whoever was writing the Final Fantasy scripts must have read this. This gets very JRPG real quick. I'm telling you, like, it's about to get JRPG real quick. All right. So this is Barbello, androgynous eternal realm, first to arise among the invisible realms. She Barbello asked the Virgin Spirit for foreknowledge, prognosis. The Spirit agreed. Foreknowledge came forth and stood by providence. I'm a little bit confused about this. This one came through the invisible Virgin Spirit's thought. Foreknowledge gave glory to Spirit and to Barbello. Okay, so let's just say that this is... Let's just say that this is foreknowledge. Right? Okay. Foreknowledge gave glory to the Spirit and to Barbello the Spirit's perfect power, for she was the reason it had come into being. Okay, now it's talking about, can you tell me what you are reading? Gotta sleep. I was just checking out. Oh, this is the Apocryphon of John. This is Gnostic texts, early Christianity. She asked for, okay, for she was the reason that it had came. So they created. Oh, okay. So let's back up. She, Barbello, asked the Virgin Spirit for incorruptibility. The Spirit agreed. Incorruptibility came forth. So then they created incorruptibility. Listen, I don't know what entities that exist outside of space and time look like, but I'm just gonna say they look like this, okay? Incorruptibility came forth and stood by thought and foreknowledge. Incorruptibility gave glory to the invisible Virgin Spirit and to Barbello, for she was the reason that it had came into being. Yeah, you're right. I do need to write some names. Hold on. You're right. So this is Barbello. Hold on. So this is Barbello. This is the one, God, all things and nothing. This is, who is this again? Incorruptibility. No, this is foreknowledge. Foreknowledge. All right. Is there a way to move this box? Are you gonna let me move you? You're not? Okay. All right, so that's foreknowledge, right? Okay, so then the spirit, okay, so then Barbello asked the Virgin Spirit for incorruptibility. So let's create incorruptibility. So incorruptibility. Okay, let's say that's incorruptibility. Incorruptibility. All right. So that's that. Oops. Oops. Damn. Bear with me during these difficult times as I try to wade through the waters of paint. So like I was saying, okay, so that's incorruptibility. Incorruptibility gave glory to the invisible Virgin Spirit and to Barbello, for she was the reason that it had came into being. She asked for everlasting life. The Spirit agreed. So then everlasting light came into play. I know, right? It's kind of yeah, it is crazy. Okay, so then we have everlasting life. Everlasting life. Okay. And to okay, so everlasting life came into being. It gave praise to Barbello and God. Then Barbello asked for truth, and truth came forth. So this is gonna be truth. And then truth. Okay. And then and to the Spirit agreed, truth came forth, and they all stood together. They gave glory to the invisible Spirit and to Barbello, for she was the reason that it had come into being. This is the fivefold realm of the Father. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The first man, who is the image of the invisible Spirit, who is providence, who is Barbello, who is thought and foreknowledge. This is thought and foreknowledge. Incorruptibility, life, everlasting truth. These are an androgynous fivefold realm. Therefore, it is a realm of 10 of the Father. Secondary structures of the divine mind. The Father looked into Barbello, right? Aloha. The Father looked into Barbello. Barbello conceived and bore a spark of light, who had blessedness similar to, but not equal to her blessedness, who was the only child of that mother Father, the only offspring, the only begotten child of the pure light. The Father, the invisible Virgin Spirit, celebrated the light that had been produced, coming forth from the first power, who is the providence Barbello, the Spirit anointing him with goodness, making him perfect. He lacked no goodness whatsoever, for he was anointed with the invisible Spirit's goodness. He stood in the Spirit's presence, and it was poured upon him. Having received this anointing from the Spirit, he immediately glorified him, and he glorified the perfect providence. Because of her, he had come into being. It does not say his name. Unless his name is the Father. Oh yeah, his name is the Father. Okay. So let's do a little separation right here. A lot of crazy stuff is going right here. We're just exploring like different things, and we're just exploring knowledge and stuff. So basically, God peered into Barbello, or I don't know if you can call it God, the one God, all things and nothing, peered into Barbello, and then somehow peering into her made her conceive, or together they brought into the world the Father. Boop, 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 boop. So we're going to say this is the Father. Okay. Okay. If we just keep going, it's going to get really interesting. It's going to take a lot of typing. So we got the Father. All right. Okay. The Father gave blessing, appreciated Barbello and the one God, all things and nothing. He glorified the perfect providence. Because of her, he had come into being. He asked for mind, nous, to be companion to him. The Spirit consented. So then mind came into creation. Mind. Okay. What are you doing? Minding my own business. Okay. Let's see. So then this is mind. So the Father, so God peered into Barbello. Okay, so here we are. Paul got upset at the Pharisees. Then he went into the mountains, saw Jesus. Jesus told him how it's actually going to be. And then Jesus began to tell him how creation is actually set up. So here's God, or the one, or all things and nothing. Well, it's not a coding session, and if you don't like it, you can leave. So then God peered into himself and into the waters and created Barbello, and then Barbello asked for foreknowledge, incorruptibility, everlasting life, and truth. So there we go. So then God peered into Barbello and created the Father, and then the Father asked for a companion, and mind was created. Mind came into being. It stood before anointed and glorified the Spirit and Barbello. These things came into existence through silence and thought. He wished to act through the word of the invisible Spirit, whose will became an action and appeared with mind, glorifying the light, and the word followed will into being. So I guess there's the word. This is complicated. So then there's the word, and there's, I guess, the will. Okay. So it's about to get, again, if we keep going, it's going to get very anime very quick. So just bear with me. So we have the word and will. Okay. Okay. He wished to act through the word of the invisible Spirit, whose will became an action and appeared with mind, glorifying the light. And then word followed will into being. The Christ, the divine, I don't know how to spell this word, but it is Autogenes. Autogenes. Autogenes or autogenes, autogenous. The Christ, the divine autogenous, created everything through the word. Everlasting life and will, mind and foreknowledge stood together. They glorified the Spirit and Barbello because of her. I feel like I'm forgetting somebody. Because where did the Christ come from? Where did... Somewhere up in here, there's a Christ, okay? And we're just gonna put him over here, or her, because that's how this story goes. Don't be mad at me. Be mad at the early Christians. So this is the Christ. Okay. Stood together. Tertiary structures of the divine mind. So this was the first layer. This is the second layer. And now we're on the third layer. Hello. We are exploring ancient texts that were burned by Christians because they said no. Tertiary structures of the divine mind. The Holy Spirit brought his and Barbello's divine autogenous son to completion in order that he could stand before the great invisible virgin spirit as a divine autogenous Christ and honor him with a mighty voice. The son came through providence. The invisible spirit, and I don't understand what the invisible spirit is, so I'm just going to go over here somewhere and put the invisible spirit, which is kind of visible. And then somebody is the Christ. I don't know if the Father was actually Christ or somehow it... No, this is not the Book of Enoch. This is the Apocryphon of John. Casper. From... Okay. Ugh. Okay. The invisible spirit placed the divine autogenous over everything. All authorities were subordinated to him. The truth within him let him learn everything. He is called by the highest name of all. That name will be told only to those who are worthy to hear it. From the light, which is Christ. From the incorruptibility, through a gift of the Spirit, the four lights arising from divine autogenous stood before him. The four fundamental powers are understanding, grace, perception, and consideration. So I don't know what's going on, but somehow we need a smaller. We got to make this a little bit pretty. These two work in tandem, and then Christ, and they create the perfect being was auto-generated. I mean, in a way, because it just says they looked at each other and then these things were created. Or Barbello asked for them, or the Father asked for a companion, and then out of nowhere Christ comes, and then the invisible spirit. And I'm not sure if the invisible spirit is actually Barbello. I mean, God or Barbello, and then somehow, some way, they give Christ these things. Okay, so something's happening. Okay, so we got the first layer, we got the second layer, and now we're in the third layer. Okay, so we have the first one is grace. Okay. So the first one is grace. All right. So we got grace. And grace exists within the realm of light called Harmazel, the first angel. Harmazel, the first angel, along with Harmazel are grace, truth, and form. And I guess with grace are truth and form. Oof, yeah, it's getting complicated. Listen, I'm trying my best. I'm trying my best, man. So we got truth. Let's just say this is truth. And then we're going to say that this is form. Okay. So we have truth and form. And somewhere in here is an angel. Somewhere in here is an angel called Harmazel. And this is the first realm. Okay, so we got Harmazel. This is Armazel or something like that. Man. Along with Armazel came. Okay, so this is the first realm. So this is the first realm. And then we have the second realm. Boop, boop. Okay. And here we have Oriel. We have Oriel. We have Oriel. I don't know how I'm going to draw Oriel. So that's going to be Oriel. So Oriel. So now, so mind you, okay, so let's back up. Let's back up for anybody that just came in. Well, okay, for anybody that just came in, Jesus appeared before John and he's telling him how the cosmos actually works. God looked into himself, created Barbello. Barbello asked for foreknowledge, incorruptibility, everlasting life, and truth. Somewhere the invisible spirit is in here. And then from that, God looked into Barbello, created the Father. The Father asked for a companion. They created the mind. And then somehow, some way, I think the Father or Christ asked for a way to act through the word and will of God. I don't know. And then somehow, some way, the invisible spirit and Christ worked together, and then they started creating the four fundamental powers: understanding, grace, perception, and consideration. So oh, okay. I think I got confused. I think this is the name of that realm, or they said it's an angel. I don't know. Angel realm. we're just here, okay? And so then we have um we have conceptualization. My goodness, this is getting very complicated. Conceptualization. Boop, boop. Okay, and then we have perception. I'm just gonna draw an eyeball. Oh, that's too red. That's not friendly enough. Boop. Okay. Okay. So then we have perception. Perception is listen, perception is seeing things, okay? So your perception just went to the eye doctor and got their eyes dilated, so bear with them. And then we have memory. I don't know what I would. Okay, let's just, since we're creating balls and stuff, no, let's create some different shapes. You don't always have to be balls. Balls. So then we have memory. And this is the second realm. Okay. Boop, 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 boop. Okay. Ugh. So I think this is the name of that realm. This is the name of this realm. And then the name, and it's called the first light, second light, or realms. And then the third light is Deviathe, and stands over the third realm with. Okay, so we're gonna say Deviathe. I don't know how to spell that. I don't. I mean, I know how to spell it, but I don't know how to say it. No, I don't think we on the end times. I think that's a way to make people. It's easier to control people when they're in fear all the time. So then we have Deviathe, who stands over that realm, and then that he's over understanding, love, and idea. So we're just gonna say understanding. Understanding. Love. Love and idea. Okay. Oh Lord. Okay. This is a lot. Understanding, love, and idea. Now here comes the important part. Okay, so let's recap before we get to this part, because this is where it gets kind of different. All right, so let's backtrack. John went to the Pharisees. Okay. Okay. John went to the Pharisees. The Pharisees told him some BS, and John got upset. John went to the mountain to think. Then Jesus came before John and then began to tell him how the universe actually works. God, the one, God, all things and nothing, everything that is and will ever be at all times and is above that and below it and everything and nothing at the same time, everything that will and will not be and all that. Looked into himself and created Barbello, who is a man and a woman and not a man and a woman, but the father and the mother, but the father and the mother. Okay, so it's an androgynous spirit. Barbello. Barbello asked God to create foreknowledge, incorruptibility, everlasting life, truth, and somehow the invisible spirit is somewhere up in there. Then God looked into Barbello, who is truth and foreknowledge, and created the Father. And then the Father asked for a companion called Mind. And then somehow, some way, Christ was created in all of this. The Christ was created in all of this. And through the word and the creation of the word and the will, he and the invisible spirit, him and the invisible spirit created what? Grace, understanding. Hold on, where's understanding? So they created understanding, grace, perception, and consideration. We're not even at consideration. Where is consideration? Somewhere consideration is in here. So now we're on the third. So we got understanding, love, and idea. Okay, so now we're gonna be on the fourth realm. Ugh. All right, 4. The fourth light is called Alelith, and it stands over the fourth realm. Alelith, with Alelith. So we're gonna create Alelith. Okay. Lilith. And then with Alelith, there's perfection, peace, and wisdom. Okay, so there's perfection, okay, peace, and wisdom, aka Sophia. Okay. All right. Perfection, peace, wisdom. All right. Now, this is where it gets a little crazy. Now, mind you, let's remember wisdom. Her name is Sophia. Sophia. All right. There are the four lights standing before the divine autogenes. 12 realms stand before the Son of the powerful, the autogenous, the Christ, through the intention and the grace of the invisible Spirit. 12 realms belong to the Son of the autogenous. All of this came into being through the intention of the Holy Spirit through the autogenous. So Holy Spirit, the autogenous. I should write that right here. The autogenous. The autogenous. All right. From the perfect mind's foreknowledge through the intention of the invisible Spirit and the autogenous will, the perfect human appeared its first manifestation. Okay. The virgin spirit named the human Adamus. So everybody linked up, okay, at a car meet. So let's see, it says from the perfect mind's foreknowledge. So between foreknowledge, the invisible spirit, the autogenesis will, from all of that, the first human came to be. So now we got people. No, it is hard though. I won't lie. It is extremely difficult when you have ADHD. It is very, I don't know. Over time, I just created structure. I don't know how I'm doing it at this point. But I've lived with it for so long that I found ways to to deal with it. The Virgin Spirit named the human Adamus. Adamus. Okay. And placed him over the first realm with the mighty autogenous Christ, with the first light Hamazel and his powers. The invisible one gave Adamus invincible power of mind. Adamus spoke, glorifying and praising the invisible spirit. Everything has come into being from you. Everything will return to you. I will praise you and glorify you in the autogenous and the triple. I feel like the invisible spirit is God. With the first light Hamazel and his powers, the invisible one gave Adamus invincible power of mind. Adamus spoke, glorifying and praising the invisible spirit. Everything has come into being from you. Everything will return to you. I will praise you and glorify you, and the autogenous and the triple realm, Father, Mother, Son, the perfect power. Over the second realm was appointed Adamus' son Seth. So Adamus is over the first realm. We going into ancient scripture. We doing history and stuff. You know, I'm real big on history. So Adamus is over the first realm, and then Adamus's son, Seth, with the second light Oriole. In the third realm were placed the children of Seth. Okay, so Seth is over the second realm, or pairing with Oriole or something like that. So I don't know, but these are realms that Christ created, and Adamus is over this one, and Christ works with I don't know, I'm confused. So then Seth has some children, not sure how that happened. What's up, real horror? I don't know. It's some crazy stuff, man. It's just all right. So then where are we? Okay, so the children of Seth with the third. In the third realm were placed the children of Seth with the third light. So his children, the children, I don't know, we just gonna call them the children. I'm not sure how he had children. I'm not sure how he conceived. And I'm not sure if these realms are physical or not. And when they say children, I'm not sure what they mean by that. So Seth's children are over the third realm. All right. Auto-generated. From they're looking at each other, creating things, they're coming together and creating things. I don't know. All right. In the fourth realm were placed the souls of those ignorant of the fullness, those who did not repent at once, but who, after some time, eventually repented. They are with the fourth Alelith. So from these, so then we have these over here, which are I'll just call them the repentant, and they are here. Yes, this is the Apocryphon of John. Okay, and so then we have, I'll call them the repentant. All right. Okay, so now we get into the crisis that became the world. Okay. So we're crack-a-lacking, right? We're track-a-lacking. So let's just come over here and create more stuff. Okay. Okay. So do we need to recap again, or do we need to recap again? Or are we good? Are we all set? Are we good on all of this? Or do we need to take a break? Do we need to go over this one more? We need to recap? Okay. Okay. No, I'm good. I ain't got nothing else to do on a Friday night. All right. After Jesus died, I think came back. John went to the temple, saw the Pharisees. The Pharisees began to question him. John went to the mountains because he was unhappy. He began to question where Jesus came from and who is his father and what realm is it that Jesus was talking about. All of a sudden, Jesus appeared in front of him as a child, a young man, and an old man. Jesus began to tell him the makings or the workings or the structure of the cosmos and God. He told him that God is all things, nothing, everything that will be, everything that isn't, time without time, all things, everything, everything, everything. God looked within himself and created Barbello. They used the pronoun she, but then they went on to say that she is actually the father and the mother, and that it is and that she is an androgynous spirit. Barbello said, well, can we create foreknowledge, incorruptibility, everlasting life, and truth? And so God with Barbello created all of those. Now, mind you, I'm thinking that God is the invisible spirit. So then they go on to create, God looked inside of Barbello, created the Father. The Father asked for a companion, which was the mind. And then somehow, some way, Christ was born at this time or came into being. Or maybe the Father and Barbello and God or something, somehow, some way, created Christ. And then Christ wanted to create things through the Word and the Will. The Word and the Will were created. So then these realms were created. So we have the first, second, third, and fourth realm. Hermazel is over the fourth. Oriel is over the second. Divithai is over the third. And then Alelith is over the fourth. And the main ones seem to be grace, perception, understanding, and where's the fourth one? Oh yeah, that one wasn't put. It wasn't conceptualization. It was something else. Anyway, so somehow, some way, through Christ and Hermazel or something, they created Atomus. No, through the invisible spirit, which I think is God, and the word and the will of God, and foreknowledge, who I think might be Barbello, and not Barbello, went on to create Atomus. Adamus had a son named Adamus was put over the first realm. Adamus had a son named Seth. Seth was put over the second realm. Seth's children was put over the third realm. And then all of the repentant who didn't accept the fullness of, I guess, all of this, were placed inside of the fourth realm. Okay. So then this is where stuff goes downhill. Boop, 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 boop. Okay. So this is where stuff goes downhill. It happened that the realm that the realm Aeon wisdom. So mind you, I think all of these are called Aeons. So we're going to this Aeon right here named Wisdom or Sophia. Wisdom of conceptual thought she began to think for herself. She used the thinking and the foreknowledge of the invisible spirit, right? She intended to reveal an image from herself, like God looked at an image from himself. She intended to be careful. I've been attacked by those so-called archons, still am. Oh my goodness. She intended to reveal an image from herself, to do so without the consent of the spirit who did not approve, without the thoughtful assistance of her masculine counterpart who did not approve. Without the invisible spirit's consent, without the knowledge of her partner, she brought it into being. Because she had unconquerable power, her thought was not unproductive. Something imperfect came out of her, different in appearance from her. Because she had created it without masculine counterpart, she gave rise to a misshapen being unlike herself. Sophia saw that her desire produced. It changed into the form of a dragon with a lion's head and eyes flashing lightning bolts. She cast him far from her, outside of the realm of immortal beings, so that they could not see him. So she had a something and cast it outside of this realm. And this was let's see. Yaldabaoth. I don't know how to draw him, so we'll just do this. And then a Pac-Man head. Boop. Boop, boop. Yeah. So I think that's where we'll end it for tonight. I'm tired. And I know people were like, what is he talking about? What is he doing? Why is he talking about this stuff? I did not come here for that. But anyway, man, that's what we're here doing. So I might end the story right here. So here we are. And we ended off with her deciding, I'm gonna do my own thing. And then she was like, I don't like this. And so she cast it outside. So this is a realm in itself. And everything outside of here is, I guess, deemed chaos. And so he had no knowledge of any of this. Okay. And that's where we will end this. So this stream, in conclusion, this stream was about me realizing that I might do other things on this stream, like history, art, technology, all the things that interest me. And you can watch or you don't. I don't give a damn. So now will we be doing microcontrollers and C++, but we'll be getting into art and history. All right. So I don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow. I don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow. I love history too. I hope nobody think I was trying to indoctrinate them into some religion as much as I was trying to explore history. I think it's pretty interesting. I hate modern day politics, and I probably will never talk about it. The only political thing I've talked about is the plight of white people. I talked about that and spelled it out real carefully. The actual crisis that is going on in white culture and the white community. I explained that on stream one time. That was interesting. He was tweaking. I don't know why. It's not like I was lying. I didn't say anybody was bad. I just said, hey, people are broke and y'all can't afford it anymore. So, long story short, maybe one day I should explain that again. I should talk about the issues that are going on in white culture that doesn't paint white people in a bad light. It just says, hey, this is what's going on in that community, and these are the issues that are going on, and these are the things that are going unresolved. Okay. This was a lot. Can't believe I sat here and did all that. Okay, so any other questions before I leave and go lay my ass down? We might start exploring like just random different topics on stream each time. Like, what's something y'all want to explore? Do y'all think we actually landed on the moon the first time? I don't know. Read Gospel of Thomas. I think after this, I'm gonna be all Gnostic text and religion, and I gotta pace myself on this because it's real heavy. We should talk about the three body problem. That's what we should do. We should talk about the three body problem. Y'all ever read that book? That series? It's amazing. It's amazing. Gospel of Thomas is just saying from Jesus. Oh, that's cool. Well, this isn't a religious channel, so again, I'm just doing ADHD things where I'm just exploring things. So one day we might do music, one day we might do coding, one day we might do this and that, and that's the direction that we're going in. Yeah, I think yeah. I'm gonna have to change up all my stuff. I'm gonna have to change up my LinkedIn. I'm gonna have to change up my YouTube. I'm gonna have to change up everything because I don't know if I'm gonna keep coding. Anyway, if I have nobody has any questions, I guess we're good. Please like and subscribe. That does me very well. It helps the algorithm make sweet, beneficial love to me. All right.